This video is about fitting the three-way fridge into this Mercedes motorhome, well, soon to be motorhome that I'm currently converting from a minibus. I'm currently cracking on with the kitchen build. As you can see, everything else has pretty much been done so far, flooring wise, installation wise. All of this has been documented on my channel, and now I need to get the fridge in place before I can then get the final kitchen fixtures and fittings in place, and then I can start getting the worktop on, sink, this, that, the other. Now the fridge I've got here, it's a Thetford N175. It's a three-way automatic switching, so it'll run off 12 volt while you're on the move, 240 volt if you're on hookup, or 12 volt or gas if you're not, and it should, in theory, switch between the three of them. I haven't had one of the automatic switching ones before. I've generally just used one of the manual switchings. Never had a problem with those ones, so we'll see how we get along with this one as well. So it should be similar sort of fittings to any general three-way fridge. You're going to have your gas connection coming in, you're going to have your 12 volt connection coming in, and you're going to have a 240 volt line coming in as well. You're going to have to be cutting a couple of holes for vents. I've got a couple of the big vents there as well, so you need one lower and one upper. And within this unit that I'm going to be building for the fridge, I'm going to be housing a gas oven as well, just sat above the fridge as well, just so pretty much all of the gas fixtures, fittings, other than the hob itself, are all going to be contained within the one unit, which is going to be getting plenty of ventilation, and it'll probably have a dropout hole underneath it all as well, just for safety. So as I say, the fridge itself, really good condition. It's one I picked up online, barely used, came out of a damaged caravan. So as I say, it's been in storage for the past 8 months, something like that. So hoping it's just going to be a case of connecting it all up and firing it all up, and away we go. Only one way to find out. So I'll get some safety gear out, some tools out, and we'll crack on. So to get the unit built for the fridge, I've been out and bought some white Conti board. This is 16mm, 2 meters tall, 60 centimeters wide. I've just used a little bit of ply offcut there just to be able to get the angle for where it's going to sit inside. So when it's in place, it'll pretty much sit up against the beam itself like that. And then any tiniest of gaps, once the Conti board is in, will just be filled up with sealant. So I'm just going to get the jigsaw out and start cutting down the template off the ply onto the Conti, get it all lined up, and then we'll get it fitted in, make sure it all fits nicely, and then we'll start getting all the pipe work ran for the fridge, things like that. So there's the two sides for the fridge unit cut. Quite happy and pleased with the fit on those. Really nice and tight, going round and down on the edges. I say you're never going to get it 100% tight when it's going up against ply, things like this. So as I say, it's going to get a good bead of sealant all the way around all of the joints, just to be sure that it's going to be as airtight as possible. Now within this unit there's also going to be an oven sitting above the fridge as well. And I've still got to drill the top and bottom air vents, so that's probably going to be next, getting the vents in place. Then I'll be able to get the rest of this secured in, because at the moment it's just a case of the boards have been cut. They still need to be secured to the side of the fridge, because as you can see this board has a little bit of a bow in it. But as soon as it's screwed into the side of the fridge, then that will actually take the bow out and it'll just make it nice and straight again. So as I say, I'm happy with those two cuts, how they've came out, so let's get cracked on and get the vents cut out. And then we'll be able to get the fridge in and the oven in and get the unit finished. So that's both of the vents fitted in now. They're both fully sealed on the outside with both Sikaflex and screwed in, so they're definitely not going to be going anywhere. And then I've just gave them both a quick seal over with some foil tape on the inside as well, just to cover over where the insulation's been cut out. So now those are in, now it's going to be a case of getting the copper pipe work in and the electrics. There's 240 volt and 12 volt for this, but I'm going to be doing the copper first because I need to run this and a pipe for the oven as well, because there's going to be an oven sat on top of the fridge when it's in place. So I'm going to crack on, get all this copper work in place, get it pinned in place, get it all coming up to where there's going to be a manifold in one of the cupboards, because these cupboards aren't secured in place at the moment, and I need to get all of this copper pipe work and the electrics in place before I can get them fixed in. So let's get cracked on. Right, so that's all of the cabling done at the fridge end. So that's the 240 volt wired there, going straight back, and that's going to be going straight back to the consumer unit behind all the kitchen units. Down on the N175s and the newer fridges with the auto select feature, you've got two 12 volt inputs, one that's going to be going off to the van battery and the other one that goes to the leisure battery. And the leisure battery is just to keep the auto select feature running while the van itself is turned off, so it can then still switch between gas or 240 volt. So the other thing left to do now, push it back into place and get the actual gas connection wired up onto the fitting there, that with the usual 8mm compression fitting going onto it as well. Then when all of that's in, I'll be able to get the unit pushed back into place, and when I've got the manifold in place, then I'll be able to get this end connected up, get the electrics connected up, because as you can see I'm still halfway through a lot of jobs at the moment, and then I'll be able to get it all fired up and tested. So it's coming along, now it's just a case of pushing it back into place. I can get the unit now built in around it, because I've also got the copper pipe work for the oven and for a little fan for the top vent as well, all in place. That's all getting covered in different videos though, so that's it. We'll get the fridge back into place, get the unit in, and then once all the manifolds in, we'll get that connected in and we'll give it a fire up. Right, so there's the gas connected with the compression fitting with a compression olive inside it, and I've just tacked it to the side of the ply panel as well, just to be sure that the pipe itself just can't rattle around too much, even though it's going to be pretty tight and taut anyway, so there shouldn't really be much space to rattle. So that's the electrics connected up. As I say, the 12 volts all there, 240 volts connected, that's the gas. So now I can get the final panel back on, get that secured in. And as I say, once the manifold's on, get the gas pipe connected up, get the electrics connected, and we'll give it a test fire. Right guys, so there we go. That is this Thetford larder sized 3-way fridge. It's the Thetford N175. I'll put links to the equivalent model, because as I say, this one's just been superseded by a different model, and it's pretty much exactly the same fridge but just with slightly different doors on. And as you can see, it's all fully housed in, boxed in. I didn't film the boxing in, but it was pretty much done with all the same PVC brickwork cladding that the rest of the interior has been done with as well. Now I had the fridge wired up on the 240 volt yesterday. The fridge went down to 1 degree and the freezer went down to -13. So today I've been testing it on the gas. As you can see, it's got the gas symbol there. You can barely hear it running on the gas at all, which is really good, but you can feel the slight flow of warm air coming out of the top vent that you saw me drilling into the side of the bus earlier on. Currently I've got a thermometer in the fridge area, and if I open it up, you'll see that it was 9 degrees when I put it inside the fridge, and it's down to 1 degree at the moment. So I'll take that back out, I'll put it on a reset and I'll put it into the freezer, pick this back up in a second, and you'll be able to see just how efficient this is at being able to freeze, even on gas, all the way down well into minus double figures. So I'll just swap the thermometer over, pick it up after the thermometer's had a chance to get the freezer temperature, and we'll do a quick roundup. Right, it's been another 10 minutes or so after I've just swapped the thermometer over, so let's have a look and see what it's down to. So the freezer is, hopefully you can make that out because the battery is pretty much dying in the coldness, but that's -10 in the freezer, and it was down to 1 in the fridge. So that is the Thetford fridge freezer that I've got fitted, fully working, fully boxed in, with a SMEV oven on top for good measure as well. But I hope you found the video useful of getting this Thetford 3-way fridge fitted inside the van. If you found the video useful and you made it all the way through towards the end of this video, you might as well give the video a good old thumbs up. It'd be rude not to, really, wouldn't it? So give the video a thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button as well. And if you're looking for anything within the build of this video, check the link below in the description. I'll try and fit links to all the relevant items that are fitted in, whether it's this particular model, if I can find one, or the relevant new model of this Thetford fridge freezer, as well as all of the vents and all the tools I've used as well. So, as I say, give the video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and hopefully I'll see you on the next video of the series. Thanks for watching. Cheers.